Hi, my name's Adriana. I suffered from chronic pain for 4 years and other TMS-like symptoms for probably 13 years. When I was younger, I had like a bunch of stomach issues and whatnot, but I never really knew anything about TMS. And then 4 years ago in 2015, almost actually to the day tomorrow, I got my wisdom teeth taken out and everything went downhill from there. So basically I ended up with dry sockets on all four extraction sites. I ended up with TMJ afterwards, and it was just a complete nightmare for 4 years. I did literally everything. I went to chiropractors, physiotherapists. I had gotten an MRI done in 2017, and it showed that like the right side of my jaw was pretty much in my ear kind of. And then I got some x-rays done on my neck, which showed that my neck was on a slant and everything. So, and then I got carpal tunnel also in 2017. And then they basically told me that the whole issue with my neck was causing the carpal tunnel because that nerve starts from there. I even had surgery on one hand, and I was trying my best to avoid surgery on the other hand, and I did, thanks to Curable. And basically what ended up leading me to Curable was I got shingles in my mouth in October of 2018. And that was the absolute, like, most desperate, horrible, painful time of my life. I literally wanted to decapitate myself. Like, it was so bad. Yeah, so basically, I got the shingles in my mouth. And I had shingles 8 years ago as well on my lower back. So for context, I'm 30. So to get it twice at age 23 and then again at age 30 was, it's interesting. It's not supposed to happen. So basically, before I got the shingles in October, in August of 2018, I had gotten braces for the TMJ. So I had been seeing this orthodontist who was a TMJ specialist for about a year. He started the splint therapy on me in like early 2018. And then by August, my upper jaw was widened enough to make room for the lower jaw to not be in my ear anymore. And then I was to do like 12 to 18 months of braces. And so that was August, and I got vertigo very badly a week after. And then so they didn't change my wire until 2 months later because apparently I was like super sensitive to the whole treatment. And then in October, they changed my wire. A few weeks later, I got shingles. So that was fun. So imagine I'm having all this jaw pain, all these migraines, and then shingles in my mouth, and it affected like the whole trigeminal nerve. So like all this was essentially, it felt like someone was pouring acid and setting me on fire at the same time. It was like I was ugly crying for like the first week because it was so painful. And I wasn't even in that much pain from the actual TMJ itself. So I had come across these ads for Curable in the past before I got the shingles, and I thought it was a bit of a joke because I just didn't understand how an app could actually help me in any capacity. And then I thought like, okay, maybe they hypnotize you to not feel pain or something. I didn't really look into what Curable was all about. So when I had the shingles by December, I was like completely losing my mind in pain. I had gotten a bunch of nerve block injections like once a week. I had gotten Botox to like try and numb all the muscles so that the nerve would be less irritated. Of course, it didn't work. So I saw another ad for Curable in mid-January, and then I just impulsively bought a year subscription. Like, I just didn't even care anymore at that point. I was just like, okay, screw it. I'm getting this app. Let's see what happens. And then I opened the app, read what I had to do, and I got really pissed off because it said I had to like talk about my childhood and stuff. And I was just thinking like, this is, I was angry. I'm not going to lie. Like I felt like I got scammed or something. So I took 24 hours to cool off. And then the next day I was still in excruciating pain. So I figured, you know what? I have nothing to lose. It's not like I'm getting a refund on this app. I already downloaded it. I made my account. Let's try it out. Let's see what happens. So after 1 week, I noticed 10% reduction in my pain. So I was kind of like, holy crap, like, I guess this does work. I guess there is some validity to like childhood trauma and all this mind body stuff. And like my assumption at first was that like I had gotten through all the supposed childhood trauma. Like I thought my childhood wasn't that bad. It's not like I was in, one of those countries where they're just children are witnessing bombings all the time or anything. Like how could I be so traumatized from my childhood that I'm in this type of pain right now? But as I continued along with Curable, it started making more sense. So yeah, it took, after the second week, I was in 20% less pain, and then I actually experienced my first 5 minutes of no pain, which was not a thing for me for 4 consecutive years. So it was incredible. I was like, oh my God, is this what people feel like on a regular day-to-day basis? Like, is this how people can go places and do things? So yeah, I just kept up with it. I ended up overwhelming myself because I did too much too soon. So I ended up having really bad anxiety and depression, but I was in less pain. But I ended up having to like get myself on antidepressants just because I really kind of overdid it. But now I'm off those, and it's now June, so I've been off of those since May, and I started them in February when I started. Like, a lot of people say that like once they start feeling significantly less pain, they start with the whole anxiety, depression, symptom imperative part of it. So yeah, here I am today in absolutely no pain whatsoever. I think it was around March or April, pretty much, that I realized I'm in zero pain whatsoever. I started doing things. I went trampolining one time with my friends just for the hell of it, and I was not scared of hurting myself. There were children on the trampoline, so I was like, hey, if these kids can jump around and they're okay, why can't I be okay? So I did that, and I was totally fine, and I had a blast. I've been doing other things. I went for my first hike in 4 years about 3 weeks ago, which was amazing. And I started drawing randomly just for fun. And apparently I can draw, and this hand was supposed to be operated on, and it's completely fine, and I'm drawing. And I started a new job, and I'm using a non-ergonomic mouse and keyboard, which is great, and I'm in no pain whatsoever. So yeah, anyone who is on the fence about Curable, just do it.